So I've raised myself from the grave to help bring you a zombification tutorial. So a question that I feel could come up if a person has a really dark complexion, if they are really tan, or if they're African American, what they would do for this type of makeup. I would suggest working in lighter tones first and then doing darker over it. Costume makeup, cream makeup will cover the skin tone. It will show up because that's what it's made to do. But okay, so I've already gone ahead and applied my foundation, which is L'Oreal True Match W2 in Light Ivory. It's a liquid foundation, and I have L'Oreal Bare Naturel Gentle Makeup Mineral Powder and Soft Ivory over it to set it. You don't need to use a foundation for this if you don't want to. It's just a personal preference. It makes me look paler, which I guess can go towards making one look more dead. But you certainly don't have to use it. And I'm going to show a variety of different methods of how to apply this sort of makeup on. It's really what you have, what you're willing to use, what's around you, and what you feel comfortable with working with. I'm going to be using my NYC Automatic Eyeliner Pencil in Jet Black, the LA Colors Fleshtone Makeup Palette, my Rimmel Eyeshadow in Jet Black, basic like paintbrushes, and a Color Sticks makeup crayon set. And I'm going to be showing you from a basic, most recently sort of dead look to a full-on zombie type of look. It's really what you want to accomplish, and I'm going to be showing, using all of these different makeups, different ways of achieving the look that hopefully you're going for. And what I'm going to start off by saying is that no matter what stage of zombie you want to be, it's going to rely on how you adjust the makeup around your bone structure, because obviously we're all made of flesh and bone, and when you're dead, lots of stuff separates inside your skin, and that causes gravity to sort of pull down on all of your features and stretch it out and really help bring your bones to stick out and look icky. No matter what stage of zombie you're at, is to always remember that there's bone in there, and you're not just slapping color all over your face. You're trying to accentuate all of those things. So the first thing that I've noticed recently that there's a trend in how people apply zombie makeup. It's to basically just smear black over their eyes, around their mouths, and possibly their cheekbones. I don't necessarily agree with this. It looks kind of like you're just sort of like an industrial engineer, and you just happen to wipe your face the wrong way until you're making a really scary face, at which point or when you're covered in blood as well, at which point we know that you're psychotic and or possibly a zombie. Using the eyeshadow and eyeliner, what you can do if you want to have the most recently dead look, if you just want to look like you just got bit and you only recently died and your face is only slightly falling, what you can do, you don't even have to use the eyeliner, you can use eyeshadow to smear around your eye, but remember that you're trying to accentuate your orbital socket. You're trying to make it look like your flesh is sinking in around your eye. So what you can do is you can take if you're using eyeshadow, you don't have to use the applicator, you can use your fingers. I'm using the applicator because I'm used to it. You go in and you can see the edge of your orbital socket. It's where your lower lid, like in the shadow you can see it like makes this U shape that sinks off to the side. And the upper part, just underneath your eyebrow, your brow bone, and inside all of that. And what you're going to do is just blend it up and spread it out. And there's that. And you can also basic eye. You can even add a little under your cheekbone to sort of pull your cheekbone forward like that. See how simple that was to just sort of look undead. Um, you can also take the next step, and that's accentuate this part of your skull that sticks forward. It's a flat plane that comes down at an angle, and you do that by, if you scrunch up your forehead, you can see that on my forehead I have this V shape. And what you do is you put a shadow in at the very edge of the V shape that blends outward towards the center of your forehead. And you're also going to want to outline your temple area, which is a dip on the side of your eye socket, and it follows your cheekbone back up to the back of your head. So a lot of people, I see that they cut their cheekbone off. Um, I find it, even when if you're not an artist and you're just looking at it, it looks abrupt and it looks odd. So you really want to make sure that you maintain the fact that you have a cheekbone. And if you want to give yourself an angry look, if you scrunch up your face a lot like this, you can see that you have a lot of pulling in of tissue in there. You can outline those places. And just blend them out. You don't really want to have really abrupt lines when you're using makeup, because that sort of takes away the illusion. So you can have strong shadows, but try to blend them out a little bit so that it looks more like it's going naturally with your face. And so see, I have this pretty angry, dead look going on. You can further accentuate your angry eyebrow. I don't have eyebrows, obviously, so I don't have my own eyebrow to look angry with. So I can go like this, and the next thing that you would pull down would be the inside of your cheek around your mouth. So if you make Laura look, oh, and you bring the shadow right inside there so it goes along with your natural face. And you see I look even more sort of decrepit and diseased, more old, you could say, older, but that comes along with when your face falls, and it happens with old people. And you can further make it seem like the flesh around your cheekbone is falling by bringing this line up. And having it fall like that. And you can have the top of your nose start to fall in too. And you just do that by finding the bridge of your nose and drawing a line around the bridge of your nose. And you can bring in lines of texture. So you see, you can start to get a pretty undead look. And you can take I'm using a brush, you don't have to. You can use a Q-tip. You can use your fingers, as I've been doing. You just blend it down and around. And you want to think about highlights and lowlights while doing this. What that means is, if you think about flesh in 3D, you have places like your cheekbones, which reflect a lot of light, and underneath your cheekbones, which are darker. And you want to push the shadows into those dark places, and you want to try and keep the light places with less makeup on, or apply a lighter makeup after you've applied a darker makeup, because you want them to appear lighter. And so that's using eyeshadow. Oh. And you can add even more texture lines in there to stretch your flesh out to make it look grosser. And that's just using basic black eyeshadow, and you can use an eyeliner pencil. Basically, wherever I just drew a line and then blended it out, you'd be doing the same thing with the eyeliner pencil.